Resumes. Bulls lead by 1, 24-23.
Nice pass by Charles Barkley on this play. Hersey Hawkins goes back door, a little back screen, and he's able to score. Michael gets picked. Hersey Hawkins finishes the shot. And as Charles Barkley has said, someone in this series other than himself is going to have to stand up and play. It's put up or putt up.
Notice the golf clubs there on the left side of the cartoon in the Sports National today. And Charles has frankly said, I want to battle somebody for a rebound other than the other team, meaning he hopes that somebody like Gilliam or Mahorn will step in there. They call these guys thump and bump during the regular season, Barkley and Mahorn, but Mahorn frankly hasn't been playing big in the playoffs.
No, he is not. And, you know, I remember him 2 years ago with Detroit where he used to take such hard fouls, and that has just not happened. Now, last year's halftime score here at Game 5, I remember it was high scoring. Marty Aronoff just gave it to me. It was 63-62 Philadelphia.
Gilliam throws up a three-pointer. You see how effective he is from that range. Bulls by 1. Pippen hasn't missed. He is 7 out of 7. An uncontested reverse jam. Ricky Green beats the double team. Bulls a little lax on that pressure in the backcourt. Crowd still buzzing over that Pippen monster dunk. Gilliam throws it away. Gilliam has really struggled, save for the one game.
Here's Scottie Pippen again. This looks like a Scottie Pippen highlight film. 360, 180, whatever you want, he's giving to you tonight on the dunk.
Pippen 14 points, hasn't missed yet. Jordan misses on the baseline. Anderson has Barkley out ahead.
Well, here's another one. Well, it's your turn, my turn. I told you, they're trading them off tonight, Bob.
Looks like the All-Star game. Bulls up by 1. Minute 58 to go in the quarter. Barkley 6 out of 7. The only shot he missed was that uncontested layup. Going to get Andre Turner into the ballgame in a moment for the Sixers at point guard for Ricky Green. Jordan. This is the jumper. Rebound Gilliam. Chance for the Sixers to regain the lead once again. Jordan's only 3 out of 8. And has 3 near steals. Is there a category for almost?
Those are called deflections right there. Near steal or a deflection. He's got a lot of them.
Chicago Stadium. This is Game 5. Bulls up 3 games to 1. Minute 34 to go in the first quarter. Sixers with an opportunity to regain the lead.
B.J. Armstrong now in the game. He'll be matched up against Andre Turner, who has played very well. I think one of the bright spots of this team in the playoffs. He shot the ball well and did a nice job. Hit some big clutch baskets in Game 3.
4 seconds to shoot for the Sixers. Mahorn has to take the jumper. Two quick young point guards here in Turner and B.J. Armstrong. Cartwright's hook shot doesn't fall. Bulls have missed their last 3 opportunities. Ron Anderson. As Doug told you, way below 40% in his shooting in this series. And they need his perimeter game. Under a minute to go in the quarter. Down to 40 seconds in the quarter and 10 on the shot clock.
Pippen's going to post Andre Turner if he gets the double team.
Grant flashed in with nobody near him.
Charles Barkley just let him go right by him. Made no attempt right that time to even stop him. He just turned it right to the basket.
Pippen's doing everything. He's not only 7 out of 7 from the floor, he has 3 assists. Barkley will go to the free throw line with 22.4 to go in the quarter. That foul on Horace Grant.
Now watch Charles Barkley, 34. He's double teamed. Here comes Horace Grant right by him in front of him for the easy dunk. And I don't know how many easy baskets we've seen Philadelphia give up in this first quarter, but they've got to lock in their defense because you're not going to come into Chicago Stadium unless you're Portland or one of these running teams with a high-octane offense and outrun Chicago. You're going to have to beat them in a 103, 104-point ball game.
Maybe what they need is to get a big, tall 7'7" shot blocker in there.
Well, that'll be very interesting. They've just brought Manute Bol in now. What has happened, Will Purdue in many instances has come in against Bol, and he has gotten a lot of offensive rebounds. Well, watch now, Bob. When Manute Bol is in the game, he goes over to double team to block shots, and when he does, no one there is to block out underneath the basket. Chicago gets a lot of offensive rebounds, specifically Horace Grant. So Horace Grant now in the ball game. Keep your eye on him now in the offensive backcourt.
Barkley with 16 first-quarter points. Nobody else has scored more than 4 for Philadelphia. That's been the story of this series. B.J. Armstrong with a nice fake left. And then the jump shot. Bowl into Horace Grant's arms, and it goes up into the seats in the stadium. Only 3.8 seconds to go in the quarter.
Got to be careful not turn this over. They don't want to. What Chicago. Oh, nice pass, Manu.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
The Philadelphia Eagles are looking for a backup for Randall Cunningham. There's one right there.
Remaining in the quarter, Jordan misses it. Almost got the tip. It looks like an all-star game. Bulls by 1 at the end of the first quarter of play. Bob Neal and Doug Collins with you from Chicago Stadium. Bulls lead it by 1. Here's the world's tallest quarterback to a man I always said would have been an all-pro tight end.
This looks real good. You see it, long pass. I'm a little surprised Scottie Pippen allowed Charles Barkley to get in behind him, but he does. Charles Barkley 7 for 8. First quarter, 18 points. Scottie Pippen had a big quarter, 14 points, 3 assists. He shot 7 for 7. Interestingly enough, the rebounds were basically even. Free throws, 5 for 5 for Philadelphia, 2 for 2 for Chicago. When you look at the series, Chicago has 44 more field goals. Philadelphia 47 more free throws. The unfortunate thing for Philadelphia is that field goals count 2, free throws only 1.
6 seconds to shoot.
Better get it up.
Turner had to shoot it over Pippen, who got a piece of it. Purdue, who just checked into the game along with Craig Hodges for Chicago, gets his first rebound tonight.
Now, Will Purdue has done a great job on the offensive board. When Manute Bol goes over to give help, and we'll keep our eye on Manute. And normally Will is uncontested under the basket for a rebound.
Here's Purdue setting the screen. Pippen threw it away. Might have been the Sixers' best opportunity on this series to score, but Andre Turner drives into Pippen, and Pippen is called for the foul.
Personal foul, 33, Scottie Pippen, his first.
Coming up tonight after this ball game, Game 5 in that Western Series. Doug and I saw a couple of beautiful games between Golden State and the Lakers. Lakers getting hot of late, though. Ron Thule and Jack Gibbons will have it for you. And by the way, at halftime tonight, speaking of L.A., we'll have video of Magic Johnson playing high school basketball.
I remember meeting Magic when he was in high school. He came over. We were playing the Detroit Pistons in Cobo Arena. He came over to meet Julius Erving on one of our games.
Cole got the offensive board, couldn't stick it back up. Purdue with a big chance for Pippen. Bulls 32, Sixers 29.
See, the new Bol just can't get back with Purdue. So Purdue has his way around the boards and also in transition, getting out.
Barkley pulls into the paint and drew the foul. I talked to Will Purdue right before the game and said, what has been the difference in your game? He said, well, one thing is I mouthed off in the paper before the regular season ended and said, I want to play more. When I played more, I had to come through with what I said I would do.
Well, you know, you've got to be able to back up when you talk. But here's Will Purdue. We're going to see on the rebound. The ball's going to come out. Here's Will. Here's Manute Bol. And what's in the open court? He's just going to take off. And here he comes filling the lane. You see him just outrun Manute. And again, 2 guys back, and no one stops the big man from running through. Hodges behind the three-point line has him so worried they do not want to give him an open shot. So as a result, they give up the layup. I think I'd take my chances on a guy shooting a 3.
Purdue also says he's been, even during the season, working on weight. He's developed a lot more strength in his upper body, so when he offensively rebound, doesn't have to put the ball down on the floor.
Well, Will has worked very hard. You've got to give him credit, and this is the end of his 3rd season, so he's been through 3 playoffs now, so he's starting to get experience.
He has enough experience to know not to try to jumper over Bol. His lead-in doesn't fall. It's the Bulls by 2, 9:56 to go in the quarter. Barkley missed the lay-in. Bulls run. Pippen lost the dribble. And they'll have to bring it back out. Pippen James over Manute Bol. He is 8 out of 8, has 16 points and 4 assists.
thing that you must do with Manute Bol is you can't finger roll. You can't flip the ball around the basket. You've got to go right at his body. And Scottie Pippen did it beautifully that time with the left hand and just tomahawked those right over the top.
See, Purdue came out and showed up very big on Hawkins because he didn't have to worry about Bol. Purdue rebound to Pippen. To Armstrong. Over Bol off the high glass. Grant steals the rebound.
There you go again.
Pippen finally is denied the basket, but he was fouled by Bol. They're on their feet at Chicago Stadium for Scottie Pippen.
This is the first one. The left hand go right at Manute Bol. Going to try it again this time with the right hand. Again, go right into his body. Beautiful job by Pippen attacking the basket, getting to the free throw line for 2 free throws. He's playing a sensational first half offensively. Doing a great job here for Chicago.
Barkley taking a rest now. Grant will also sit down. In comes Horace King. Stacey King, excuse me. Stacey King will be on the floor with Will Perdue, Armstrong, Pippen, and Craig Hodges. Bol gets the missed free throw. About the only thing that Pippen hasn't done right tonight. Andre Turner fires it to Anderson for the hole. Purdue caused him to miss that shot. Now Pippen is fouled in the backcourt by Andre Turner.
See, the great thing about Scottie Pippen right now is he's getting the defensive rebound. Bobby's turned and blown right up the floor. He leaves 2 guys right behind him. So within 2 dribbles, Chicago has numbers on their transition game. He's doing a great job.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, Doug and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game, your strongest candidate, Scottie Pippen at this point. Jordan resting, Barkley resting. Purdue from 16 feet. Will Purdue has 4 points.
Need a timeout. It's starting to slip away.
Philadelphia scoreless the last 4 minutes, and the Sixers trail by 7 with 8:24 to go in the first half. Bulls out by 7. Philadelphia called the timeout. Let's have a look at the Eastern Conference playoffs and kind of update on what's happening. Pistons Celtics tied at 2-2. I can't get a read on that. I get a feeling maybe the Celtics are going to win, but then the Pistons came back and played tough yesterday.
Well, I think it was a good sign last night, Bob, for them to be able to get that win without Isaiah Thomas. Great game by Mark Aguirre. It'll be interesting now to see what happens with Game 5. Normally, Game 5 is a pivotal game. The team that goes up 3-2, it's very difficult to get them back there in their building in Game 7. So I know the Pistons will be focused and hope to have Isaiah Thomas back. They'd like to be able to steal another game in Boston Garden.
And the Bulls would like to get this game and then rest and wait for whoever wants to come their way.
Well, it looks like that other series is going to go 7 games. If that's the case, Chicago, if they win the ball game tonight, would not play probably before next Tuesday or Wednesday. They would have a week to 8 days off. A lot of rest, and especially for Bill Cartwright and for Michael Jordan, who has a tendonitis in his knee.
Sixers down by 7. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gillian posting over King. Purdue with his 3rd rebound. In limited minutes.
Jimmy Lynam's going to get Charles Barkley right back in the ballgame. He realizes they're not scoring and they cannot dig themselves as big a hole.
Purdue, 6 points. He's lighting it up. 3 out of 4.
Manute Bol just can't get out and play him. His mobility is so good that Manute is back hanging underneath the basket, so Will has things his own way right now.
Sixers have missed their last 7 shots. Percy Hawkins. Everybody tentative, as you can see. Purdue caused that shot to be changed, but then Anderson with the rebound and the stick back. Philadelphia has finally scored a basket, down by 7. King with the big pick for Hodges. Andre Turner has Hawkins for 3.
That's big basket, big basket. That's 5 straight points, so now a 9-point lead is down to 4.
7:08 to go in the first half. Stacey King blocked by Bol.
Well, that's That's what Minute will give you right there.
Saved by Anderson, but then he throws it right into the hands of the Bulls.
And Scotty got away with a little